Successfully learning a language has been a big challenge for many people. The reason that people struggle with learning English is because they're using inefficient methods that don't work for learning a language. Here are a few important things to understand. Baby versus adult. Ratio. In a nuclear family, there are two parents who are teachers for the baby. In a classroom, there is usually one teacher for about 10 or more students. Time and attention. In the family, there is always someone to give undivided attention to the baby 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In the classroom, the teacher normally gives divided attention 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. Relationship. In a family, the relationship is intimate and familiar. In a classroom, the relationship is academic and professional. Attitude. Babies are not normally shy about babbling on and saying things that don't make sense, and they don't know what embarrassment is. Students can be hesitant and shy and afraid to embarrass themselves by saying something incorrectly. Method. Babies watch and observe first, then they try to imitate. Students in a classroom are usually given an explanation first, then they attempt to use the language. Exposure. Babies are almost always exposed to their first language. Many students only get exposure to the language in the classroom. Success rate. Babies always learn their first language successfully. The rate of adult students that successfully learn a language is below 50% of those who try. Knowledge versus experience. Knowing the difference between knowledge and experience is very useful when trying to learn a new skill like speaking another language. Knowledge is having useful bits of information, and experience is having those bits of information connected to each other in a meaningful way. If you spend years in a classroom, you will obtain a lot of knowledge but no real experience. To get experience, you have to be willing to go out into the real world to practice and be humbly prepared to make a lot of mistakes. Hard science versus soft science. Language can't be successfully acquired by just studying it in a classroom. Language is a soft science, like philosophy, not a hard science like math and physics. Language has to be learned and applied in a different way. Passive language versus active language. Many language learning programs have a high degree of passive language without emphasizing active language. Passive language programs don't give you very many opportunities to respond, but active language programs constantly demand responses. Perfect English versus real English. About 80% of schools and books teach perfect English, but the reason why most people still can't understand Americans is because they never learned real English. Real English is used in movies, TV shows, and casual conversation. Perfect English is used in the news and academic books. On average, about 80% of English that is used in a day is real English, but so few schools and teachers will actually teach you it. The Profectus ESL program at Casa, Sobre, Roca in Katy, Texas can help you learn to speak English in 3 months. One of the main focuses is to show you how to balance knowledge and experience. Call today to ask about our free classes.